Jeff Wondra from Snell Motors today on the corner of Madison Avenue and Highway 22 in Mankato. Wheels with Wondra. Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning.
You're always one step ahead of the game here. None of us want to talk about slippery road conditions, that's for sure. Yeah. We all know it's inevitable, of course. So the topic today is StabiliTrak. What do you know?
Yeah, in case it gets cold this year, I thought we might talk about it. Another thing is I've noticed that there's a few different deer hunting seasons. There's the old bow and arrow, there's the gun, and then there's your car and SUV.
Right.
So I've seen a lot of those out back. It definitely is deer season right now, and something that I thought about is that StabiliTrak that's the kind of thing that would help you in those emergency situations. And a lot of people don't think about it. And I always say that StabiliTrak really is the unsung hero of safety in your vehicles. So as we're traveling, as roads start to get a little slippery and we kind of forget about slippery roads, or we kind of forget about all these deer jumping out in some emergency evasive moves, I want you to just keep in mind StabiliTrak. So StabiliTrak is an electronic stability system that actually started in 1997 with Cadillac and has updated in generations year over year over year. You'll find that a lot of other manufacturers adopted something similar to a vehicle stability control system, about a decade after GM, so we're kind of ahead of the game with that. But everybody kind of has that system. It's just that we're 20 years into it, so it's a pretty advanced system. To try to make it basic, what it consists of is a speed sensor on each wheel, a rotation weight sensor in the vehicle, a steering angle sensor, think of when you're making these lane changes to move past something, and then the StabiliTrak control unit that is kind of the brain of the whole operation. So here's an example. Let's say you're driving down the road and either you're driving behind a vehicle and a big rock or chunk of ice falls off a semi, or a deer jumps out in the road and you want to, there's a lot of different theories. Drive through the deer, however they say it. But let's say you decide to swerve left. So when you swerve to the left, it's going to send that information, that steering angle sensors, to the StabiliTrak control unit saying, all right, we're going to quick make this left turn. Right? This is all split-second stuff. Now, the rotation weight sensor notices that you want the vehicle to go left, but you're sliding straight. So I'm trying to go left, but the car's not letting me. And what it's going to do then is it's going to brake the left rear wheel, and it's going to brake it hard. And what that does is it hopefully slides your rear end out to the right, and then it allows you to go left. And then when you try to correct back to the right, there's a lot of that overcorrection, undercorrection that sends people into the ditch in these slippery conditions. What it's going to do is just the opposite for braking on the right wheel, which will bring you back and straighten you out. So that's just some of those things where, pump the brakes. What do I do in these emergency situations? StabiliTrak kind of takes care of everything for you. All you got to do is just steer where you want to go. Now, on the larger SUVs, they're a little top-heavy, obviously, so there's an additional unit put in these StabiliTrak systems called rollover mitigation, and that basically is there to prevent rollovers. If you look in your SUV, probably your older one, maybe TJ's vehicle, you flip down the visor and you'll notice that there's a sticker that says high rollover risk. That more than likely is because it doesn't have rollover mitigation or a StabiliTrak system. Now, it's funny because you'll even see some of these lower cars and things, some of these older vehicles have that sticker on it, and then you'll see like a GMC Yukon, this giant vehicle that doesn't have it, and that's because of the tests that it's put through in order to pass and not have the sticker. So when you're out car shopping and not rolling your vehicle over is something that's important to you in the winter months, take a look and see if that sticker's on there. It's kind of neat to know that, it passed or it didn't pass, and it needs to make people aware of it.
Listen to Jeff tried to slide a little backhanded comment in there to get me to come in and buy a vehicle from him. He can see through the back of my truck, through the rust holes, and knows that I need something new.
You know what? I think in another 10 years or so, all this messaging will finally get through to him.
Apparently, he's not able to see through your wallet yet.
Right.
All right, so last couple things is IIHS and NHTSA. They're basically anything safety and road and car. Say that other than seat belts, StabiliTrak is number 2 on preventing serious accidents. So seatbelts, pretty important. Make sure you buckle up. But number 2 is StabiliTrak. That just kind of shows how important it is. Now, can I turn off my StabiliTrak system? Let's say that I want to go through a field. I'm a farmer. I got some mud. I don't want to get stuck because the StabiliTrak system might not want me to slide side to side, but I need to in these situations. Yes. More than likely, there's going to be a traction control button that you can press and hold. And I say more than likely because there's a couple different ways to turn the system off. But you'll want to press and hold for about 5 seconds, and then it says StabiliTrak off. Now your vehicle, you can basically freewheel, do nothing, and it will prevent you from doing anything at all. And then just remember, last thing, every time you start your vehicle. So when in doubt, you're like, well, do I need to turn it on? Is it off? I'm not sure. I think I might have pressed it. I don't know. If you don't know, if you're confused, just shut it off. Start the vehicle back up. And every time you start your vehicle, it defaults on. So when you first start your vehicle, just know that your StabiliTrak system is on, and that is the way every manufacturer wants it, unless you physically go through and turn it off.
All right. Are you test driving people to the polls today if they want you to?
Yeah.
Why not?
Of course we are.
Little sunny day, roundabout education, right to the polls to cast your vote.
Yeah, we love
today.
talking about politics at work.
Yeah, I bet you do. You're probably like us here. We're voting for George Strait. Are you guys voting for Dale Earnhardt?
Of course.
Yeah. All right. That's what I figured. Election day, of course, but also a good day for a test drive. Test out the StabiliTrak, if you will. A roundabout, maybe, with Jeff Wondra.
Maybe, maybe not.
Or maybe not. Depends on if you push the button or not. Jeff Wondra with us today from Snell Motors for Wheels with Wondra. Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you.